Tyrese's daughter turned 18 and decided to go back with him after she made it clear she doesn't want anything to do with her mother because her mother tried to turn her against her father.
That happens sometimes. Look at 50 Cent and his children.
How you guys feel on that? Like after
You want my honest opinion? Okay, what's your question? Because about Tyrese situation specifically,
so basically, it's like, how do you feel about a mother raising their daughter to hate their father, even though the father wants to be in their life?
Oh yeah, so deep. Okay, what you?
Because that's what happened.
Get a BET drama.
No, but that's what. But that's what happened, though, right? I said it was heartfelt.
Heartfelt was happy. This is sad.
Yes, she reunited with his father. It's a good moment.
After years of sadness, you just said she was raised to hate her dad.
No, because the mom raised her.
I wouldn't watch a movie with this synopsis.
So Tyrese didn't. Remember when he was crying for the custody?
He cries a lot, bro.
He was. He was done. He was doing the booger in the nose crying shit.
Yeah.
So yo,
what more do you want from me?
Yeah, she was taking for
one
everything.
One of his finest moments in film, personally.
Better than Fast and Furious, eh?
The whole series.
So basically, it's like after she turned legal age to make her own decision, she said, "Yo, I'm gonna go live with my father because he's not a bad guy. Mom, you're on some bullshit. Don't want to talk to you again." But like, how do man feel about the ladies who do that stuff to their kids?
Fortunately for me, I grew up with like an intelligent mother, so that shit never really happened to me. But I see that happen a lot though, where it's like, people be like, I grew up single parented, obviously, because you grew up with your mother. They be like, my mom, my whole life I thought dad was the enemy, and then I grew up and gained some awareness, and I realized, my dukes is fucked still. Like, pops, I'm sorry you had to deal with this. But that. Like,
crazy.
I find that happens a lot. I find, especially with the miserable, when the relationship ends in a sour, on a sour note, and the parents don't necessarily get along or like each other. The rhetoric, even if you don't overtly say
use
like
the kid as leverage.
No, it's not even that. Like sometimes it's your microaggressions. You know what I mean? Like I seen it about. I forget the guy's name. James or whoever. Do you guys know? You ever see the divorce attorney who was on? He was on like Soft White Underbelly. He has like the tattoos on his arm and shit like that.
The white.
Yeah, the white guy.
Yeah.
So basically, he was basically saying it's like, it doesn't always like these kind of programming and conditioning doesn't always start from overt, like, why'd your dad do that or something. It'll be like subtle in the tones that in the way how you interact with the child, like, like say the dad adopts the child home and the mom will ask the child like, what'd your dad? What'd you do with your dad? That's what do you want me to cook you something proper? Because
it'll be like, what did you eat at your dad's crib?
Like he didn't take care
of
you.
And he'll be like, we had like pizza. It's like, you guys just had pizza?
Not a home-cooked meal?
Don't worry, come. I'm going to cook you something good. I'm going to cook you something that you want. So she not really full-on, like, directly throwing shots at him, but she's indirectly showing, like, things will be better here. Don't worry. I know your dad's a little bit, not all the way there, but you're safe now. You're home.
Right.
Yeah.
And so that rhetoric is basically kind of, like, ingrained into the child throughout their, like, while they grow, right? Especially whoever they live with. So, and more than often, it's the mother. It takes a certain level of awareness and like, self-autonomy to kind of realize and get your own position on like your own parents' dynamic. A lot of people, they don't step out of the framework of their parents as their parents. They don't see them as people. You know what I'm trying to say? It's like, this is mom and dad. And they live with that gaze or that lens in their brain forever. When you step back and watch your parents as just humans interacting with each other, and then judge them solely how you would judge any other human on the planet, like throughout the morals and the values that you've established for yourself, it's a little easier to assess, like gain that autonomy now, and now you can kind of have a further insight into the perspective of their relationship as you've probably learned from your own relationships and your own experiences. You get what I'm saying?
And not everybody makes that realization at the same time. Like I feel like I made that at a young age. At a fairly young age, I looked at my parents as two adults that are living their lives. You know what I mean? Whereas I see people that are adults and still look at it like, that's
Mommy
my mom, that's my dad. Like, almost like whatever they say is final. They could do no wrong because that person's like a superhuman in their mind, as it would be when you're a small child. So that shit does play a part. But I think it's also like, because even like my parents, like even if they're at odds or whatever the case may be, when I was younger, like I feel like my mom always tried to reiterate that like my dad has my best interest, and even if they are in disagreement, like that doesn't mean that I should have a problem with him.
He doesn't love you less because
my mom did that. My mom did
Despite
that too.
whatever they were going through, she tried to reinforce that like I still have a solid relationship with my dad. And then I also think that comes from like the way my mom like parented like me and my sister. It's like I feel like she took the responsibility of a parent as in like I'm basically like you guys are my main priority. I am sacrificing my own personal interests most of the time to make sure the two of you are good.
Yep.
Like when you become a parent, I think, yeah, you trade priorities.
It's not about you
It's
anymore.
not about you anymore.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, as I got older, I realized that not everybody shares that perspective on parenting. And there's a bunch of parents that are still living for themselves while being responsible for
Because they
this
figured
person.
they had,
You know
sometimes
what,
they
though?
had
I will say-
kids at young ages, right?
No,
so
no.
they didn't even get to live their life. So they just want to.
Sometimes it's
Some-
youth,
some-
but
some
sometimes it's just the
situations like
person,
that.
the
Yeah.
personality.
There's different traits, right? Because some people like, bro, you never met anybody who's like a woman who's not maternal. You're like, I lie. Everybody can reproduce, but not everybody possesses these qualities of maternal and paternal characteristics.
yeah.
The best example
There's
is
no
like
caring and
when
nurturing
we
and
start
all
getting to the age where some of the women around us are having kids, and then you go to this woman's house and see how she
How she
operates
lives.
with the kid. And It's
Yeah.
like, yo, my mom would never do this shit.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm in the
That's-
crib, we're smoking weed, her kids are home. I'm out there like, she's telling me like the weed. I'm like, I don't even know if
Yeah,
you should
we're
like.
blessed. I'll go
Are
outside.
you sure?
Like, open the window.
Yeah, I'm there like, I don't like. I mean, okay, I guess so. And then after a while, it's like,
Who am I? Who
did
am I to
just
tell
do
you the
something
order of
wrong?
your house? Who am I to
leave,
tell
I
you?
leave the crib thinking that I just do something wrong, even though I'm following the rules of her household.
Yeah. Who am I to tell you?
But my
different?
mom would never allow me to be subjected to that as a kid.
For sure.
You see what I'm saying?
On the flip side, though, I also see it often where some people, they become like, and it's, I don't know if it's bad per se, but some people lose their own identity and autonomy in the I guess, taking on the role of parenthood, for example. Like, you ever see when girls get the mom cut? Right?
Yep.
It's like all of a sudden I'm gonna lose all desirability has to be relinquished from me because I'm a mom now.
That's like another extreme. So you got
The
the
mom
ones that won't make the sacrifice for their child,
Right.
And then the other ones who is like, now you've taken on
You have
motherhood
no
as
identity.
your whole identity.
Exactly.
You're like the gym bros, the man that walk around everywhere in Under Armour. Like, we're in the club, fam.
Why
Why
do
are
you
you
have
wearing
on
Gym
Under
Shark
Armour?
pants? Why do you look like this? What's your problem? Why are you flexing? Sit down. You know what I mean? But now you just wear mom. That's your fashion, mom.
Yeah, I feel like it's a little cop-outy, me personally.
Yeah.
I think that it's, don't get me wrong, and like, you have to find the balance. The beauty of life lies in the balance. You get what I'm saying? When you can navigate both realms with grace and still your own autonomy of self, buddy, you're gonna get the most out of your experience.
You need a routine.
Yeah, I agree. You fall too far on one side of the spectrum in like anything in life.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna make your life difficult, or at least just not as enjoyable as it could be. You know?
100%. I would agree.